basket brains, disc source, and frisbee freaks. Emerald City Disc proudly brings to you the greatest podcast in the world. Darkwing Disc Kirby Snyder, the fairway finder Ollie DePina. This is KO Disc Golf Show. Welcome to episode 96 of the KO Disc Golf Show. Episode 96 is the drowsy episode. Famous players to wear 96. We got Cortez Kennedy. There has never been a Red Sox. On the Mariners, we got Max Suzuki wearing 96 in 1996, which is kind of cool.
That's pretty cool.
And Ollie, hit us with the Giants.
Gonna have to be defensive tackle Barry Caulfield. Played from 2006 to 2010, notably, and then won a Super Bowl with us. And then in 2015, came back and had like a game or two. It's just wanted to end his career as a Giant, which I always respect and love as a Giants fan. So, yeah, Barry Caulfield.
Nice. I like when players do that. Nomar Garciaparra did that with the Red Sox, where he signed like a one-day contract just to retire with the team. It's like it's novelty, but it is kind of cool, and I like the symbolism of it. So
100%. It gets tricky when you're on like multiple teams, but it almost But I always love it.
Yeah. All right, time for the KO question of the week. KO question is, would you rather make a big putt on hole 1 to start your round, or would you rather park hole 1 to start your round? So basically, do you want to start your round off throwing really well, or do you want to start your round off putting really well? Let us know down below, and we'll answer at the end of the episode. Ollie, how's it going, man? How you doing?
You know, life is maybe like the craziest and busiest it's possibly like been in ever, and it's but I'm finding a lot of more like I don't know. There's a lot of like little things I'm enjoying, and like through the busyness, like I feel like I'm just starting this new job out, which has been really fun. Like I'm doing some like streaming stuff and doing some working with sports cards, and like dude, every time a Red Sox player comes up, I'm like, heck yeah! Like I'm like Kirby would know who this guy is if I don't know who he is, and then it's just been fun, and I've been enjoying that, but just been busy, and then yeah, just running around and trying to keep busy, playing as much as I can, and yeah, went to the Seahawks parade last night. This is Monday night, so the Seahawks parade. They won the Super Bowl yesterday, so went down there. Kind of got a little Hawk fever last night. I was like, or told Roxy, I have like one Marshawn Lynch shirt jersey, and I was like, bring it to the party, and when I can come, I'll throw it on. And as we're going, we're in Cap Hill, and I got a Seattle dog, and I was like, ooh, what's going on? What's going on? And kind of just like you're just yelling Seahawks and stuff. It was fun. So I think I have a little more appreciation for the hometown team, even though don't like when the Giants come to town and Giants period. I'm not like going out of my way to be like it's Giants. So
Sure.
I think I have a lot more like for I think I can call them number 2, solid 2, even though it's like 1 to 2.
Yeah.
They're solid 2.
No, I feel that way about the Mariners, honestly. It's like I'm all about, so like I love going to Mariners games, and if the Red Sox aren't in town, I am rooting for the Mariners to win. But as soon as those Red Sox step in, like, sorry guys, like that's been my team since I was 13 years old. Like there's not really much I can do at this point. Like that's what it is. So, no, I feel that for sure. Yeah, I'm obviously doing the episode right now from the car. I'm currently in Pasadena, California. I drove down. I left Sunday afternoon and pretty much drove all today, being Monday, and got down here a couple hours ago. Went and got some dinner, and I'm kind of just like hanging out, car camping for the week. So this is basically like home sweet home. Going to Oak Grove tomorrow morning and going to start practicing in that. Layout looks a little different than it did last year. There's a couple more par fours and a couple of like longer holes. Looks like they combined a couple of holes. They're not dealing with like wildfires like they were last year, so a lot more of the course is available and there's less stuff kind of going on and that kind of thing. So really, really looking forward to getting out and playing this weekend for sure. So had my first tournament this past weekend. We'll get into that a little more in the tournament recap. But messy day out at South Fork, man. It was super sloppy there. That was a tough tough day, man, for sure. So, um, World Baseball Classic is coming up pretty soon, coming up in about 3 weeks. I'm super pumped. The teams, the rosters look really exciting. There's a little issue with like Puerto Rico and like the insurance policy and that kind of stuff. Apparently, like a bunch of players, a bunch of like really big name players weren't able to be insured for the World Baseball Classic. So players like Carlos Correa and that aren't able to play, which
Mm.
is a bit of an issue. I mean, a little bit of an issue at least. From what I heard, actually, I thought it was kind of funny. Apparently, like Bad Bunny actually uh, suggested that he would pay for the insurance policy just to let Carlos Correa play for Team Puerto Rico, and the insurance company was
That's
still
so
like,
cool.
yeah, the insurance company was still like, no, it's just we just can't let it happen. Apparently, like if you're like over 35 years old, it's like an automatic no. If you like have a history of like if you've been injured in the last season, it's like an automatic no. Like the insurance companies really put a tight like grip on it. It's really crazy to see, but I'm really excited for the World Baseball Classic nonetheless. I do think I'm going to end up rooting Team Dominican Republic. Their team, it looks absolutely electric. I think they have like Manny Machado batting like eighth, which is just like a stacked lineup. Julio Rodriguez is probably going to be leading off. Probably have like Tatis batting second. Probably like Vladimir Guerrero Jr. batting third. Just really incredible team. I mean, USA looks really awesome, but that Dominican team is so fun.
Yeah, I'm liking
Um,
that Dominican team too.
for sure. Yeah, it might be kind of fun. We might have to find teams because like Japan's going to be an absolute nightmare during that tournament, like they always are. So, yeah, that's something that we'll be following pretty closely as it kind of goes on. So, um, yeah, it's always funny. Like I follow a lot of like baseball accounts, and as soon as the Super Bowl is over, there's a bunch of baseball accounts that go and post baseball. The floor is yours. Now it's baseball season and all that kind of stuff. That's kind of like the thing that like fans are always just waiting for is like as soon as the Super Bowl's over, okay, now we can focus on spring training and kind of getting into the baseball season. So, I'm super excited. I'm always excited for spring training. So it's a good time of year. And I've never been a big football fan, so it really has just been like kind of get the Super Bowl out of the way, and yeah, get right into February there. So I have some news with South Fork Landing. Some really positive news, some really good news. Time frames on all of this before I get into it. Let me be very clear. Time frames are kind of fluid, and nothing's really like set in stone on like when things are going to be happening, but things are definitely going to be happening pretty soon. Um, as many of you know, I'm on the board for the Northwest Disc Golf Association. That's a group dedicated to installing new courses and maintaining courses that we have here in Washington. South Fork Landing, as many of you know, the tee pads out there are super bad, and the course just like needs work. There was like, there was a proposal a few years ago, like right before COVID, of a way to, um, basically like redo the entire course and have it have like other things. Like there was like an archery range planned and all kinds of other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of that's all changed. That proposal is totally out of the window. Totally been scrapped. Definitely not going to happen. Um, T pads. T pads are we're gonna be doing new T pads relatively soon. From what I understand, like maybe like March might be like a realistic like by March might be a realistic time frame to have brand new T pads in at South Fork
That'd be
Landing, which is
awesome.
really awesome. Emerald City Discs, Team Golf, and Tweeds Cafe. The three of us are pretty much just gonna like front the bill for all the tee pads. Basically, Tweeds is gonna donate whatever they can. Team Golf has some money, and then Emerald City Discs is just gonna kind of cover the rest of that, just to make sure that they're nice and all that kind of thing. So. We're not gonna have to do any like
That's
fundraisers or anything
exciting.
like that. Yeah, really good there. But that's like short term stuff for South Fork. There are some long term plans also kind of in the mix, which I am beyond excited about, and I think is going to be really huge, not just for like our area, but for like the state in general. I think. Um, So one of the reasons why the park was has had some reservations apparently like recently about doing new tee pads is the park actually has plans to turn South Fork Landing, or they want to turn South Fork Landing into a full on pro level 18 hole course. They want to expand the course. They want us to be able to use the woods. They want us to use more of the land there. The parks department has like this big plan to make it like this like borderline destination level disc golf course. Um, Super exciting. So one of the things that they were like a little reluctant about being like, hey, like you guys can put new tee pads in. They're like, but in 2, 3, 4 years, when we decide that we're gonna like you know, put in this pro level course, like those T pads are going to have to go. So if you guys are okay with having T pads in for only maybe like 2 years or 3 years, like that's fine. And Max and I are like, yeah, like no, like whatever, dude. We'll put the T pads in. You guys can like get rid of them in a couple of years. Like we don't care, like any of that kind of stuff. So
Yeah,
big
no,
plans are in the, yeah,
that's exciting.
big plans. Max and I are also kind of trying to position ourselves to kind of be the ones to lead the charge when it comes to actually designing that course and designing that layout kind of deal. Basically, like Max and I care so much about the park because we just want to be the like we want to have some
Yeah.
kind of like voice in that conversation, and we don't want it just to be some random person from the parks department, kind of going in there and kind of making all the decisions for the community kind of thing. So, Max and I are working. Max especially, like he's really taken the lead on all of this, which I'm so pumped about. And I'm kind of just there doing everything I can to kind of help him and assist him in the process and that kind of deal. So, um, a lot of really exciting news, a lot of really good stuff happening out at South Fork. It's just about, kind of time and that kind of deal. So, um,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's really exciting, and the prospect of, I mean, I was excited at new T pads. I think new T pads like bumps that score of mine from last week up to like in the eights for sure. Like I think T pads are like just a big thing with that, where like new T pads, even if they're like for the next 2 4 years kind of thing, it's so worth it. And then the whole like a pro level destination kind of course where one you have like the scenic views, the beautifulness of that, and you have like the property to do it. There's a lot of stuff, and I always talk about how cool it would be to be shooting back into those trees and having fairways back there where like yeah, it just really could be a really cool, fun, challenging course over there where that's really exciting.
yeah. I didn't expect any of that pro level course, style conversation. I didn't expect any of that to be happening while I was talking with Max about it. But yeah, I knew T pads were like on the docket, and I knew that emails were being sent and people were talking about that on the back end. But yeah, the whole course being redesigned like that is just beyond exciting. So stay tuned. I'll keep everybody updated, here as the process goes and that kind of deal. So um, yeah, if you want to stay in tune with everything going on in Washington State disc golf, and you want to know what's going on with your course, I'm telling you here straight up right away. So you're finding out at the same time Ollie finds out. All you got to do is hit that like, follow, subscribe button down there for KO Disc Golf Show. You see it every week, every Tuesday. We got new little nuggets we're just gonna drop in. All right, time for the tournament recap presented by Emerald City Discs. Tournament recap by
Emerald City.
Emerald City.
Emerald City.
Emerald City Discs. All right, this past weekend was Slinging Singles. This was a PDGA C tier event happening out at South Fork Landing, ran by us at Emerald City Discs. I did participate in this tournament. Ollie's going to give us the winners in just a moment here. All in all, really awesome day. I think we had a full field, and I think only one person didn't show up to the event. So a full 71 people
Wow.
out on the course, which is really great. The weather was the story of the day. It was really difficult. I mean, the weather was really tough. Round one, we were actually like pretty fortunate where we got through, I want to say 14 holes of round one without any rain, and then it kind of started coming down, and then during the lunch break it just started pouring, and round two was just I mean, you were soaking wet start to finish round two. There was nowhere to use any, like the tee pads were all completely flooded, big puddles in all of them. Um, it was tough. It was definitely a tough day. I think I went through a towel every like 3 holes, and my towel was soaked to the point where it wasn't drying the disc off enough. So
Jeez.
I was just like rotating through them so fast. So um, I'll let Ollie. Why don't you get into the winners, and then I'll kind of get through the rest of my notes here.
All right, winning MPO is Colin Bryant. Went into a playoff with Caleb Joyner, so taking second down Caleb and our boy Kirby taking down third. MP65, we had John Stam taking it down. MA1 Benny Sackett and Logan Lambert. Looked like Benny Sackett got the edge there, also in a playoff against Logan Lambert. Daisy James and FA1 taking that down. MA40, we had Tim Pearson. MA55, MA55, the motherfucking GOAT, Chuck Knutson, taking down another one. MA2, we got Lucas Stone. MA3, we have Cooper Wilhelm. MA4, and in MA4, we have Bruno and Bruno Antony. I'm sorry, either one of those. It should be.
Nice. Yeah, thank you
And
so
those are
much,
your
everybody.
Slingin Singles winners.
Yeah, thank you so much, everybody, for coming out. Really appreciate it. Yeah, there was 3 different ties. We had to go. We had 3 playoffs: MPO, MA1, and MA4. MA1, I believe, knocked out after hole one. MPO knocked out after hole two, and I think MA4 went to 3 or 4 holes. And in that weather, that sucks. Like it was really tough. Like looking at everybody's face, kind of like that had to go to the playoffs. You can kind of see this look of being like, "Damn, really?" It's like, "Yep, you guys got to go play bonus disc golf. Go ahead, go have fun with it," kind of deal. So, um, Caleb actually was it was kind of it was really definitely a nail biter coming down for MPO on hole 18. Caleb didn't throw a great drive. Colin threw a incredible drive. Caleb was up by 1 stroke going into 18. So Caleb throws a not great drive. Colin throws an incredible drive. Colin almost throws it in for eagle, which was insane. Puts himself like, I don't know, maybe like 25 feet behind the basket. Caleb puts his disc probably about 20-ish away from the basket or so for his approach. Colin makes his putt for birdie, and Caleb, in one of the most uncharacteristic Caleb moments, missed his 20, 22, 24 foot putt. Just something you never see from Caleb. And it was kind of one of those moments where my putting that whole second round was so atrocious. It was so bad because of all the wet, all the water and everything. And when Caleb missed that putt on 18, I kind of had a moment of being like, well, if Caleb's missing putts, I mean everybody's missing putts today. Like there's just no like if he's having a tough time with this, like and everybody knows here, I regard Caleb as one of the best putters in the state of Washington. So if he's missing stuff, I mean obviously I'm gonna miss a couple of things, you know. So um it's tough to see him miss that putt. And then from what I hear, because I was over doing tournament director stuff, hole one, he shanks his drive. Colin missed a pretty short putt from what he said, and they go to hole two. And he said on hole two, Caleb took a bogey where Colin took a par. So even the playoff for them wasn't exactly like clean, and it wasn't really like anybody necessarily like took it from the other one. It was more just like who's not going to mess up and who's going to be able to kind of handle this weather the best kind of deal. So yeah, just a little
Yeah,
bit of a messy one.
um, go watch Colin Bryant's Instagram video. Shows some cool shots, and you can kind of get those what Kirby just recapped there visually. So definitely go show some love to Colin. We always love seeing him at tournaments. So um, go check that.
For sure. Yeah, actually, Aaron came up to me after the event, and I mean, we've talked a lot on here how much we like Aaron and how great of a guy Aaron Bryant is. But he came up afterwards and really just, I mean, he gassed the two of us up like super hard. He was just like, "Man, I love what you guys are doing with the show," and how it just like really preached. He was like, "You know what you guys are doing, like it matters for the state and it helps." It's like the thing that we've always talked about doing, that where we just want to like elevate the state of Washington disc golf and talk about the people who are out there like winning tournaments week after week. And he said like that to me, which I was like, oh, this guy gets it, like he totally understands. So yeah, he caught me like right in the feels kind of at the end of the day. So just really appreciate him and all the support that he showed there and all the love that he gave. So um yeah. Time for the tournament look ahead presented by Disc Golf Threads.
Do I have everybody's attention now?
There can be only one World Wrestling Federation champion.
Acknowledge me.
There's nothing really going on in Washington. I'm as mentioned, I'm down here in Pasadena, so we got the Wintertime Open coming up this weekend. It's a really good field of players. I think I'm like the fifth highest rated player, sixth, seventh highest rated player, something like that. Um, so really excited to play. I mean, as I've said for the last like couple of months. Um, yeah, there's still some leagues and stuff like that going on in Washington. Go out, play some leagues. Tournament season's coming up really, really quick. Go out, get those reps in. The more practice rounds you get now when the weather sucks, as the summer rolls around, you're going to be chilling, no problem, ready to go. You got your routine down, you got your putt together. So get out and play now. This is the time of year where you can kind of work out all the kinks in your game. Don't wait till the summer to realize that you're bad at throwing forehands or something. All right. Next is the weather look ahead presented by AGL Discs.
Weather look ahead.
Together we can reduce, reuse, and recycle for a greener future for disc golfers.
Oh yeah. Ollie, I'm gonna have you run with the weather
All
today
right.
because I can't really see much.
No problem. I got that. Seattle, we got a kind of a wild-ish week. Some sun earlier in the week. We got like Tuesday, Wednesday is going to be like a high of 50 and 52, low of 39 with some sun. On Thursday, similar, partly cloudy. Friday, supposed to get some rain, goes down to a high of 48. Saturday and Sunday should be dry as well at 47. And then down in Pasadena for Kirby, we got a little bit of a similar kind of wild weather week going on. It's going to be like kind of early wet, 63-60 for Tuesday and Wednesday. Tuesday a little less rainy, Wednesday definitely a little more rainy. Thursday looks like it should be dry and 62, getting ready for a Friday and Saturday that are going to be sunny, 71-68. And that Sunday should end cooling down about 6 degrees, getting to a 62 and partly cloudy.
Nice. The weather, honestly, driving down here was pretty nice the whole way. The only part, there was definitely a little bit of a scary time last night, probably around like 9, 10 o'clock when I was driving through like Southern Oregon. It was raining so hard that like visibility was so minimal, and I definitely got a little cautious, a little nervous going down the throughway, driving on the throughway, going through the mountains and that. And then really, really early this morning, probably about 5:30 this morning or so, as I was driving through Northern California, which is, I mean, it's like a mountain. It's super cold. The fog would get so thick that there was this truck or this semi that was probably like 150 feet ahead of me, and the fog was so thick the truck
Jeez.
would completely disappear. But the fog would only be there for like 10 seconds. So it'd be like 10 seconds of like totally blind, and then all of a sudden it
Mm,
clears back up, and then you would be clear for like a minute, and then you would have 10 seconds of being completely blind. And it was like, I was like, I don't even know what to do with this right now, and just, it was just kind of like white knuckling the steering wheel and just trying to be extra cautious and that kind of deal. But
Wilden.
yeah, definitely a little nerve-wracking for sure. So. All right, we're getting right into the local course review. This week we are tackling Howling Coyote. This is that little 10-hole, kind of like pitch and putt style course. This is in Blythe, right? Blythe, not Blinn, right?
Yeah, Blythe.
Blythe, yeah. I think Blinn is where Rain Shadow is. Um, I haven't been out to Howling Coyote in a little bit. It's definitely been a little bit of time since I've been there, so Ollie, what are your impressions of Highland Coyote?
It's a fun course for sure. I think it runs like a 10 hole track. I don't even know, so it's not like a full 18 really most of the time, I think. But yeah, I think you play it twice or however that works. I think it honestly has some fun shots. I don't go out of my way to play there too much just because I feel like it is just a little less, it's more beginner style, I'd say, or friendly. So unless I'm like really bringing someone new, or I think it's more, I just will go play other courses. Yeah, there's no tournaments there, so they have a great club I know that goes and plays like and does tag events and stuff there, which is cool. So always shout them out, and they're like always very up on Facebook. So I always like seeing that. And beautiful course, yeah, a lot of beautiful holes. But yeah, I don't like rate too highly of it just for those like
Sure.
smaller reasons.
Yeah. Yeah, as you mentioned, the club there is awesome. The Blythe squad does a ton. They're super active, really good group good bunch of guys. Um their dubs there is, from what I've heard, like one of the best like dub scenes because they're really good about like people will bring out an extra basket and put a basket on top of another basket, and they're like, okay, we're aiming to the top one. And they're just really good about like mixing it up and kind of like creating new mandos and stuff like that, and kind of making it like somewhat safari style, but also like fair and fun for the people that are going and that kind of thing. So really good crew, which I do think makes a course, definitely gives a course a bunch of bonus points. In my book, if you do have a good crew of people there kind of taking care of it and maintaining the course and that kind of deal. Um, it's really short. I mean, it's really short there. Definitely like a Gold Park style course. In terms of just throwing a lot of putters, a lot of it feels kind of, I mean, it feels like you should go 10 down if you're playing 10 holes, basically. Um, they have a really nice parking lot there, which is really, I mean, one thing we always kind of talk about is parking and how that can be an issue at some courses. And I think them having a parking lot there is really nice. It's a beautiful park, as you mentioned as well. They have like a playground and a couple other things there. They have like some like those outdoor grills and some pavilions and stuff, which makes the park really beautiful. But also on the downside, it makes the park really busy. So you do have a lot of families, you have a lot of kids and stuff like that running around, which does, you obviously want to share the park, but when you're throwing frisbees and you're hitting trees and they're bouncing off and stuff like that, just kind of adds to the risk and to a little bit of a scary factor to the course. Um, what Ollie, what do you think is your favorite hole at Howling Coyote?
I think I can't remember off rip what it is. I want to say it's like 6 or 7, but it's like one of the ones where you're like walking up you tee off from like kind of like a walked up path, and then, or maybe even 5, I don't know. But you kind of throw across the trees and stuff, and it is one of their longer holes, I feel like, so I like that. And then like a lot of cool tree stuff, and the basket's on like a big hillside. So yeah, I'm
Hmm.
having trouble even thinking about hole numbers past. I also like hole 2 a lot.
Hole two, sure. I think hole. I think it might be 8. It might be 7, but it's the one where
Like in the goalie.
you're throwing downhill. Is it that one? I think like the golf courses, whatever to your left. Yeah, I think that hole is really
No,
fun. No,
that's not the one I'm talking about, but 7
oh, that's
is
one I
cool.
was. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. That one's my favorite one, at least. I think my least favorite might be like hole two, actually. Just that little like kind of like Chip Heiser, kind of like over the hill. It's like kind of blind, if I remember that one correctly. Or is that hole three that that's hole two? Yeah, I think I'm not a big fan of hole two.
Yeah, in the
I think I'm
goalie.
not. Yeah, I think I'm not
No,
a
that's
fan
hole
of Hole
2.
2, mostly just because of the last time I was there. Um, or I guess the last couple of times I was there, that entire area was just like a big old mud pit. And walking through there, I was just slipping and sliding. And I was like, I'm not having a good time with this. What's your least favorite hole in the course?
Mm, uh, I think either. I think hole three, just with like it's just kind of like that one gap shot. I like that they put the second basket on there. They stacked that one a lot, but it's just kind of a basic straight shot. Just a
Sure.
little low ceiling.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of like a forced, like that one kind of feels like you're forced to just kind of hit this little window up top there. It's like it's not really, I feel like it doesn't really give me many options necessarily. Um, they have a bathroom there, don't they? I don't remember. All right, so Ollie, what do you got for a rating for Howling Coyote?
I'm a little twisted, I feel like, and I feel like I'm gonna go with a 6.9 is gonna be my
Six
rating, I think.
nine.
Like right
All right.
fringe of 7.0. Like I don't think it's bad. Like, and I'm not trying to diss it by any means. I just don't play it enough. So I think that might be my own fault. And then yeah, I feel like if I showed up to some more of the dubs and took advantage of that, definitely be more cool with it. But I always enjoy taking like Roxy out there and new people, so I think it is like a good like 6.9 7.0 ish range. But I think I like that 6.9 spot.
Yeah, okay. Nice. I was thinking 5.9 for myself. I was thinking right about six was kind of like in my kind of my thought process. Yeah, it just kind of seems, I don't know, like I think that's kind of like when I'm thinking of these like putter style courses that don't have 18 holes and that kind of thing. I think that kind of 6.0 or that kind of range is kind of where I'm starting, and then they have to kind of build from there for me, I think. But I think that for me this kind of fits at a really nice like 5.9.
I like that.
Um and together that puts us at like
Six
5.5.
oh 6.5.
5.5.
6.5. Right?
Oh yeah, 6.5. Yeah, yeah.
Wait, what?
So good you have. Yeah. 6.5.
I was like, we went down?
Um yeah, right. I'm working off a pen and paper today, all right? This
You're
is what I'm
fine.
working
You're
with.
good.
Yeah.
You're good.
I'm doing my best. All right, time to answer the KO question of the week. Ollie, would you rather start your tournament off by parking the hole, or start your tournament off with hitting like a big putt, we'll say 35 feet?
Yeah, I think so. Wait. Let me preference a little bit. So yeah, so it's like around that 30 circles edge range. Like it's not like a bad drive. Like you fully like you don't need to be unconfident with your drive, but like you do need to hit a big putt kind of to like or like a putt to start your round. So I think for me, I'm still just gonna want to park it. I'm not gonna lie. If I don't have to putt the whole day, that'd be pretty nice.
Sure.
But I know that's unrealistic, but I think I always like just parking holes. I think it's just gonna be. I thought about it for a while. Like getting the putter on is good, but like sometimes I think about it like I don't think about it like I have like a certain amount of big putts in me around, but like I think like if I'm thinking of like if I have 10 30-foot putts in that round, I think there is like a how many I'll make out of 10. So I don't it's not like I need to not get like waste to make of a nice putt, but like it's not like that's not my actual thinking with it, but I'm thinking my big putt will come later in the round.
Sure. Yeah, I think for me, a lot of it would determine, like it would depend on the hole, because there's some disc golf holes where it's like
Yeah.
no, no matter what, like I gotta park this kind of deal. But I think if we're just talking just in general, I'm on the side of I'd rather hit a big putt. I think that kind of plays in my game a little more. I'm much better at throwing the frisbee than I am at putting the frisbee, so I know I'm gonna be able to park, like I have so much confidence that I'm going to be able to park hole two, hole three, hole four, whatever holes that I need to park later. I don't have that same confidence with my putting. So if I hit a 35 footer, like right on hole one, the rest of my day, I'm like, dude, you're about to hit every 30 footer the rest of your day. Like you're on it today, you know? And if I don't, maybe if I'm not having that putt until hole eight, hole nine, or something like that, I don't have that same confidence. And then that putt is maybe a little shaky or something like that. So, I think I'd rather have the long putt over the park drive to start the round. So comment down
What
below.
about what about like a kayak golds? Do you think it matters? Like
I
a
don't think,
I'm trying to
yeah, I
think of
don't
another
think it,
example of a hole where you might want to Where I don't know. I feel like there's a couple holes where I'm like, might be cooler to park it. You should be like, oh yeah, I
Yeah.
parked that hole. You know?
I think parking kayak golds would be really cool, but also like hitting like a 35 footer to start your round at kayak on golds, you're like, oh, I'm gonna be putting from this range all day. Good thing we got this dialed up right now, kind of deal. So I think that one could go either way. But when I look at like a whole like hole
Because I
six
feel
at
like,
SeaTac,
but with that same thinking, it's like if your drive's just so on fire and kind of are like driving at a driving course, it's like I kind of need my drive, every one of my drives to be like hitting it. And I'm like, on kayak golds or something like that, you're driving twice. So it's like, if it's a telltale sign of like whether you're hot putter, but if it's like a shorter course, I feel like I definitely just want to have my putter on for any tree
sure,
kicks or things like that that could put me in that 30-foot range.
yeah. Yeah, I think there's like Golds hole one at Golds is such an interesting one because I think I'd be pretty ecstatic about either parking it or hitting a big putt for a birdie on that hole. But if I look at like a
Yeah,
hole like hole six of SeaTac, like if you play OG18 at SeaTac, you start on hole six. I don't want a 30-foot putt on hole six. I need to park hole six to start my day. Like that's one where I
yeah,
think to myself, like, there's
yeah,
no, like, I
100%.
can't. So I think, yeah, the hole determines a lot, but yeah, I'm on putt side. I'm on team big putt. Ollie's on team park it. So let us know down below. What team are you on there? All right, time for the draft this week. This week, our draft is going to be phone apps. Um, just, stuff we use every day on our phones. Ollie, go ahead and take the first pick.
Oh, give me YouTube. That's an easy
Yeah,
one. I like YouTube. Give me my
yeah.
YouTube.
That
I
uh
don't even
that's
think it needs to be said. We're on start. The show started on YouTube.
that's easy top choice for sure. I had that way up on mine as well. Good pick, definitely. Number two, I'm gonna go right alongside of that. I'm gonna say Spotify. That's one I use a lot. I mean, especially the last couple of days, I've exhausted all of my podcasts the last 2 days driving here. But yeah, Spotify's huge for me. We are on Spotify now. Some of you might be listening to us on Spotify. How cool is that? So yeah, Spotify's up there. And then another one that I'm using, this is one I've been using a lot more recently, and I have this emulator on my phone that allows me to play like old Pokemon games and like Yu-Gi-Oh games and stuff like that. So I've been playing that a ton, especially like the last couple of weeks at the store. It's been pretty slow with the bad weather and that kind of thing. So I don't really know. I'm just gonna call it like an emulator, I guess.
Nice.
All you got back to back.
Hmm. I use a few different apps for this, so like I kind of like I don't really know if I'd have like one for it, but you could say no for this. But it's like a scorekeeping at like a sports app, like the like ESPN. Like I just use ESPN because it has like every sport on there. But so I use the on. I don't really use. I use like I wouldn't say. I mean, I guess Apple Sports app is my. But it's like Bleacher Report or whatever your preferred. What do you check scores with? What's your quickest app to whatever check scores? But mine's Apple. I use Apple Sports because it's pretty quick and easy. But then I'll go check on ESPN and stuff like that. Oh, so I'm gonna go with my Apple Sports, like a ESPN Bleacher Report. We're gonna go with TFT. It's a gaming. I talk about it a lot. They got a great mobile app.
TFT.
Mm-hmm.
What is it? It's like a
It's
game.
team fight tactics. Yeah, I talk about it a lot.
Okay.
It's a game.
My next one, it's gonna be Instagram. I mean, I'm a doom scroller for sure. I love just going on and lots of fun videos and that kind of thing. Instagram's an easy one. Kind of yeah. I fall into the kind of the loop of it a lot. And then my last one is going to be it's called Kind Master. It's my video editing app. I have like a yearly subscription I pay for it that I use. That's what I edit all of our personal like YouTube videos on, all my Instagram stuff. Pretty much any video you see me produce, I put out on Kind Master. So that's one. It's specifically Kind Master old. I don't know. I don't like the new version. They try to make it too much like a social media platform. I just want to edit the video, but Kind Master is another one. I'm big on Kind Master.
And I think for my last pick, I'm just gonna go take Balloons Tower Defense 6, another game. I
What
had
was
some
that?
other ones I wanted, but Balloons Tower Defense 6.
Balloon Star Defense.
Tower Defense.
Balloon Tower Defense.
Are you
Cool.
coming? Am I coming through the car?
Yeah,
Okay.
I tried to stop that. It's not. We're having technical difficulties over here. Why don't you round us out?
Yep.
Yep.
All right.
All right.
To end the episode, I'm gonna mute just so there's no echo, real quick. Just so you know you're just muted real quick. But episode 96. It's been a fun one. Gonna have this posted up Tuesday morning. Stay busy. Get some practice practice some putts, practice some drives, practice some close range shots, your short game, do everything with that. And have an amazing rest of your week. We got a little quote. If I catch 0 passes but we win the Super Bowl, I wouldn't have a problem. Mike Evans, aim high, shoot low. We'll see you next week. Peace. Oh, and lacking on the music. Peace.